It's gonna happen, just you watch.
Like the morning sun inviting the dawn to break. Beautiful, like the joy that...
Hi everybody, it's Friday, October 26th, and that means that it's officially my third weigh-in. My third week in this notebook kind of fell apart a little bit. As you can see, I ran out of rainbow star stickers, so I started using actual rainbows. And I only worked out 3 times this week. And I decided that doing my accountability challenge, where I post my pictures to you, is not enough to earn a smiley face. Now, let me tell you my weigh-in first. So my official weigh-in for today is 200.7. So I had a 0.4 of a pound loss from last week. I'm happy about it. I feel good. I've had a really good week. I've had a week of experimenting with food. I've had a week of experimenting with how food feels to me and what food tastes like, and just kind of having a whole new awareness around food. Now, I know what food tastes like. I would just always be grabbing the second item of food before I finished the one in my mouth. So with chips, I'd never focus on the one in my mouth. I'd be focusing about the one in my hand, the one in the bag. With cookies, with mac and cheese, with spaghetti, with everything. Never focusing on the taste in my mouth, always focusing about the next item I was going to eat. With every meal that I sat down to, I would really try to pick out different flavors in the food that I was eating. Like the hummus I had yesterday, I was just so overwhelmed with all of the tastes. It was lemony, it was creamy, it was spicy. Oh, it was so good, and I was just enjoying eating it so much. So I'm not surprised that I didn't have a big loss, in all honesty. I know that part of my goals was to be calorie counting. And I can honestly say that I have not calorie counted once this whole week. So that's what I mean about me not earning any smiley face stickers this week, because I don't feel like just posting the pictures of my food is enough anymore. I feel like I've gotten into the habit of eating smaller portions a little bit. Of course, I'm still not perfect, and I still eat too much sometimes. But I've gotten much better at controlling the size of my portion. The past 3 weeks has really helped me eat less because I'm showing you guys all the things that I'm eating. Now, what I need to start doing is officially counting how many calories I'm eating. I know I said that I was going to do that like the other week, a couple weeks ago. I did it for like a day and then I stopped because it was just too much for me at that moment. So now I'm ready. I'm totally ready. So I logged all of my calories. Ooh, that looks weird. Okay, there we go. I logged all of my calories today on caloriecount.com, and I actually managed to stay just about where I feel I needed to be. I ate about 1,600 calories today. Now, back when I was calorie counting a few years ago, I was eating about 1,200, 1,300. I don't feel like that's enough for me. There's a girl that vlogs on here, Cherie Hansen. I've mentioned her before. Because of Julia, I know about her. Cherie has a blog called Funeral for My Fat. And basically, I went on there to calculate my BMR. I calculated it and it seemed a little high. It was like, with physical activity and everything, it was like 1,850. I'm not going to eat 1,800 calories a day. I mean, even with me eating out today, I didn't even reach 1,800 calories. So I'm thinking I'd like to stay about 1,600 as my maximum. I went to like 1,592 today with everything. I actually went out to dinner with my friend Bocara, I didn't know I was going to go out to dinner until I got to work. She was like, I'm taking you out to dinner. And I was like, okay, that sounds wonderful. I knew we were going to be hanging out. But we went to this Chinese food place that she goes to a lot. I had sesame chicken. And we had some crab ragoons, which probably are not the most healthy. We had some avocado rolls, which were fried. But I had a very small, limited portion of everything. She had some hot sake. I decided not to drink any alcohol, and I was really proud of myself because the hot sake smelled really good. I did very well. I was talking, I was enjoying my food, I was really tasting the flavors, and in my sesame chicken there was sweet potatoes and cucumber and carrots and lots of veggies. They were very, very good. And then I had a little bit of steamed white rice. I just think it's really funny because I keep receiving these messages from the universe cheering me on. I get the feeling, I get the sense that there's something out there greater than myself that's pulling me down this path, that's urging me down this path to get to my natural weight and to be healthy. It could just be a coincidence and I'm just looking too far into it all. But this is the fortune I got with my fortune cookie tonight. Your persistence will pay off. I'm totally saving it. I know that I could put that particular fortune to anything, like my persistence with school and my persistence with my relationships and whatever. Anyone that gets this could probably apply it to something in their life. But specifically because I'm very focused on my weight loss right now, loving myself and feeling worthy, I definitely, when I get these messages from the yogi tea or from a fortune cookie, I'm going to see that message as though it's rooting me on in my weight loss. So I just kind of thought that was interesting that I got that. Even though I ate Chinese food tonight, I still have someone out there rooting for me and telling me that my persistence is going to pay off. October 26th. Food is not fun. We have used eating as a form of recreation and have looked for excitement in food. For years, we have associated food with fun. What we need to remember constantly is that uncontrolled eating is no longer fun for us, but a trip into anguish. All of us have unpleasant memories of painful binges, which began as attempts to experience pleasure through a small indulgence. We need to put these memories to work for us by associating them with the first compulsive bite. The idea that more and better food will bring us fun and pleasure is an illusion. We know this in our heads, but we need to feel it in our guts. Food is nourishment for our bodies, nothing more. To experience pleasure with our minds and hearts and bodies, we open ourselves to richer interpersonal relationships, to aesthetic experiences, to sports and hobbies and work well done. Abstinence from compulsive overeating liberates us to enjoy the activities which are fun. Thank you for the fun and joy that abstinence brings. That's a good one. I mean, I really am enjoying this meditation book. However, I'm going to argue with it. Food is fun. Food can be fun. I understand that their argument that we've looked at food for excitement and that binges are anguish and all of that. I understand. I agree with that. However, I'm saying that I believe that we can find a balance between enjoying food for pleasure and enjoying food as nourishment. Now, if you're like me and you feel like that's true, and you're trying to search for the balance between the two, not being on a strict food routine, still wanting to enjoy tastes and flavors and different kinds of foods and experiences, then I might recommend a book to you. It's called French Women Don't Get Fat. This book teaches you how to enjoy delicious, flavorful, rich, wonderful food, but in moderation. It talks about her life. She is a French girl, and she has a study abroad program in America. She's here for 1 whole year. She's living with a family, I think in New England somewhere, and in her time here in America, she gains 20 pounds. She goes back to France after her study abroad program ends here, and she goes back to her family, and her family's like, "You look like a sack of potatoes. What happened?" And it just goes to show you, it's pretty interesting that we have larger portions. We have more fast food. We have more fried food. We have a different standard of what good is. And so she goes back home and she's struggling with her weight, and she meets Dr. Miracle, I think is what she calls him. She learns through his wisdom that she can still enjoy even the most delicious, delectable things, but not as much as she was enjoying. Not as large of portion is what I mean. So yeah, I understand that we need to not think of food as exciting and joyful and, wonderful and the source of happiness. I understand where they're going with that message. I just want people to understand that there's a balance, that we can have balance. I feel like we can have balance. I feel like we can enjoy the things that we love, but we can't have as much as we're eating right now. My goals for this week are very, very simple. I have 2. Apart from being in the challenge with Julia, today is day 5 of week 1 of eating fruit and vegetables with every meal. So apart from that particular thing, my 2 other goals for the week. Number 1, I need to be calorie counting again. Every single day, I'm going to log onto caloriecount.com, and I'm going to input the calories I'm eating as truthfully as possible, and I'm going to share with you the amount of calories I'm eating per day. And I'm going to restrict those calories to 1,600. I don't even feel like that's really restricting. I feel like that's still eating a lot of food. I'm going to start off at 1,600 and see where I go from there. Number 2, I need to stop eating out so much. I mean, I love food. I love eating out, don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm strapped for time a lot, so eating out just kind of happens during my day. I'll stop and grab a coffee and oatmeal for breakfast. Later, I get hungry, so I'll get like a smoothie or a salad. Later on, I'll usually come home and have dinner at home. But if I'm eating out twice a day, every day, that's a lot of money I'm spending on eating out, number 1. And number 2, that's a whole lot of calories that I can't control. So, my 2 goals for this week. Number 1, I'm going to be calorie counting all of the food as truthfully as I can, limiting it to 1,600 a day. And I'm going to be sharing that with you guys in my vlogs. And number 2, I'm going to stop eating out so much. I'm going to allow myself to have breakfast in the morning. Maybe an oatmeal or a sandwich. But other than that, I'm going to quit all the eating out. It's just too much. Anyway, hope you guys have an amazing night. Ren just got home from work, so I am going to relax with him and enjoy the rest of the night. See you guys later. Bye.
She is unstoppable.